The climate change is definitely contributing to increase the intensity of extreme events, which means that now when we observe a Dana or when we observe a heat wave or a drought, they are all intensified.
The Dana in Valencia, it's quite an extreme phenomenon, but it's not unusual. I'm not a climate change denial. This is a very important point. But this is something that has occurred many times in the Mediterranean.
Climate change has increased the intensity of the floodings by increasing the amount of precipitation that can fall now in these Dana, so these upper level perturbations of the atmosphere that cause heavy rain. And we found up 15% of the rain can be caused by climate change.
What is clear is that these 10-50% could be caused by anthropological climate change, but the disaster would be more or less the same.
All the storms are reaching this guard level or this red alert level that now is done by the meteorological authorities more often, and that's why we have to be more cautious with the warnings.
We have decreased a lot our vulnerability by having, for instance, warnings, meteorological warnings, hydrological warnings. But if we don't take into account these warnings, our vulnerability increases like hell. In the last 50 years, 60 years, we did many things that didn't take into account what are the characteristics of this Mediterranean climate. We spent many decades putting buildings, putting infrastructure, without caring, without considering if this area was exposure to flooding or not.
If we keep warming the atmosphere, the events that we see will become more intense. So we can draw maps of floodings, but these maps evolve in time. So the flooded regions will extend, and some buildings, some city that is not at flood risk now can be at flood risk in the near future or is already at flood risk. If we really want to solve the problem or save an incredible amount of money, life and time, we should reduce the CO2 emissions.